Ali Drew for Hennessy Sports, joined by Stevie McKenna. Stevie, in the gym there, hard in training. How's things going?
Yeah, all's good with me. Training hard as usual, just taking over and staying ready for the next fight whenever it comes. So I'll be ready.
I saw recently you were down in Kent doing some sparring down there with Robbie Davis Jr. How was that? How was that experience? You went down with your brother Aaron as well.
Yeah, had a great week down in Kent sparring. Got some great rounds in with Robbie Davis Jr. and Aaron got some great work in with Anthony Fowler. So it was a great week of training and we enjoyed it. Getting over to England again and training in Kent. So it was a good week of training and we enjoyed it. Good sparring, high quality.
How important is it for you to get the different and high quality sparring partners, go into different places and getting that experience?
Yeah, it's great to get the high quality sparring. We travel anywhere for it. We have trouble getting it in Ireland. It's hard to find, but in UK and when we were in Los Angeles, we were getting great sparring in Vegas as well. So over this past couple of years, I've gained a lot of experience in the gym. I've been in with them all, world champions. So that's when I go into fight, I just get them out of there and make it quick. So I do my work in the gym and get great preparation there.
Yeah, you mentioned that you sparred with world champions, and you were in camp a bit with Josh Taylor recently before his undisputed fight. What was that like?
Yeah, it was great sparring with Josh Taylor, undisputed champion now. Got tremendous work in with him. Was sparring him for over 2 weeks in build up to that fight and build up to my fight. We got great work with each other and we both helped each other for our fights. And he had a tremendous win over Jose Ramirez, another guy that I did a lot of work with. And it was just great to be part of it, sparring with Taylor. And I know what I'm capable of. And, any of these guys, I'm up there with them and I'll be ready when my time comes for a world title.
And when you're obviously in Ireland, I presume throughout your life, I guess, as well as, your professional career, you spar a lot with your brother Aaron. He's 11-0. So you're both, up and coming successful boxers. What is it like sparring with him and training with him?
Oh, it's tremendous sparring. No better sparring in the world, really, nearly, than sparring with Aaron. We spar each other all the time here in my gym at the house. So we have each other to work with and we're great for each other. We have both different type of styles and but we both have similarities as well. But it's great work for both of us. We're so close in weight, we're the same height, and it's just brilliant for both of us. We don't have to really even travel anywhere. That we have each other, him and my dad as well. So he looks over us and he's our coach here, and we make a fantastic team. We do really well together.
Does it get very competitive between you?
Yeah, it gets heated with me and Aaron a lot. No matter what it is, even on the track, strength work, anything, we're always trying to get better than each other. And inspiring sometimes, we get a bit heated and we let a few shots, but now we learn of each other as well. I take stuff from him and he takes stuff from me, and we work really well.
And obviously, as you said, your dad sort of is overseeing everything. It's a proper family setup that you've got. Does that make it all the more important to you? And then when you go out and perform and get the wins, it's even better.
Yeah, we're a very strong family. We're unbreakable, so we are. So we make a fantastic team, and without each other, it'd be tough. So we've started from we are 6 years of age, and we've all grew together. Me and my brother Aaron and my older brother Gary. He was a fighter as well. So we all trained here our whole lives in this gym here with my dad, and we plan to go to the top together.
So is that the dream for both of you, to become world champions? There's been some in the past, the Klitschko's, and is that the goal to both get to the top?
Yeah, we want to become world champions, and we'll do anything to get there. And, we train savagely hard in the gym, and we take nothing for granted. Every time we step through those ropes, it's a dangerous sport, so anything can happen. But we go in there at the heart and do the job, and we just we're indestructible at the moment.
And are you hoping that, you know, you and Aaron are going to become the sort of next big Irish stars? You know, Carl Frampton's now retired, and there's been some incredible Irish boxers in the past, but are you wanting to sort of step up and bring the big shows back to Ireland?
Yeah, we want to bring big fights back to Ireland. You know, we want to be, you know, Ireland's next big thing. We want to be, you know, future superstars in Ireland and bring big fights back to Ireland as well. It's been a while since fights have been in Ireland, and we'd love to headline big fights here back in even our hometown here in Monaghan. You know, it'd be great to bring a big fight back, but we're looking forward to, you know, getting up to world level and winning world titles and taking them home to Ireland.
And your last fight was in May, on Channel 5, so great exposure. Do you feel like you gained a lot from? I mean, it was a fantastic performance, but the exposure from Channel 5 and being, you know, prime time, you were the second fight to main. Was that? Have you noticed a change since then?
Oh yeah, definitely. Channel 5's, you know, brilliant exposure for me. Free terrestrial TV and millions of people getting to see me fight live. So it was tremendous for me and to build my career even more. You know, fighting on Channel 5, getting my name out there, people watching me. You know, since fighting on Channel 5, you know, it's really helping me, and you know, a lot more fans are coming on board, and I'm looking forward to many more nights fighting on Channel 5 and building my fan base even more here in the UK and Ireland.
And talk to me about your move up to 147. You have spoke about wanting to fight with Conor Benn, you know, and I guess sparring with him. Just talk to me about the sort of process now for you and what you're wanting.
Yeah, I'm building into a big, strong 147. I'm 6'1", and you know, I fill into a massive 147. I was big for 140, so coming up to 147, I feel a lot stronger. I've working savagely hard in the gym and working on my power punching, and it's going to be exciting at 147. There's a lot of names out there that I'd be after, and as you know, Conor Benn's one of them. I'd love to get him into the ring if he'd get into the ring with me. I don't think he'd want it.
Do you think is that the vibes you're getting, that he's not interested, doesn't want it?
He knows I'm, you know, too big, too strong for him. I'd have no problem taking Conor Benn out of there. I'd fight him in the morning, get the chance. You know, Conor Benn's really only a wee small super lightweight. You know, he's not a 147. He's very small, and you know, I'm too strong and big for him.
How do you rate the sort of welterweight division? How do you know, worldwide, how do you rate it at the moment?
Yeah, the 147's a strong division at the moment, and within the next 2 years, I want to be up there winning a world title. I want to be up there with them names, and hopefully now next year we'll get big fights. Hopefully we could get Conor Benn next summer. I'm sure it's a fight that the fans here in UK and Ireland would love to see, and it'd be a big fight. You know, we need big fights back in Ireland as well, and maybe it could happen there. And in the UK, the fans would love to see it.
And when the time's right, you know, you're saying in the sort of next 2 years, do you feel like you rate yourself and will be in the best version of you to take on those world champions? Do you rate yourself against them?
Yeah, definitely. Even now, I feel like I'm ready, but have to step up and, you know, build my career up to it, and you know, take each fight as it comes. But I've been in with a lot of these guys, and I know what I'm capable of. But I'll be ready for them. You know, another year or two. You know, I'll be in big fights on Channel 5, selling out arenas.
So they've just announced Pacquiao Spence fight, which is going to be an exciting fight, a fight everyone's wanted to see. How do you see that going?
That's a great fight for boxing. Manny Pacquiao, 42 years of age, I think, and he looked very good in his last fight against Keith Thurman. But it was over 2 years ago, so it'll be interesting to see how he will be for this fight. But I think Errol Spence, you know, he's in his prime of his career, and I think he'll beat Manny Pacquiao. I think so. It would have been a great fight. if Manny was in his prime, but I think Earl Spence at the moment just will beat him, maybe in points.
Yeah, because it's good to see big fights like this that everyone wants to see. But do you think it's been a couple of years too late? Do you think that it should have been a bit sooner?
Yeah, it was well, it would have been 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Earl Spence was a bit younger. You know, he wouldn't have been ready for Manny at that time, but it's a young fighter in against, you know, a guy that's probably his last fight. So, but with Manny Pacquiao, you never know. Manny Pacquiao, you know, it's Manny Pacquiao. He's a legend, and you don't know what he's capable of. He carries power in both hands, and it'll be a great fight. It'll be good to see him in the ring and see him against Earl Spence.
Do you see yourself still boxing at 42?
At 42, I hope so. Yeah. Well, if Manny Pacquiao can do it, I'd love to do it too. You know, just keep fighting, but I'll see when the time comes.
So what is the plan for the rest of this year? You know, when are you wanting to be out again? When are we going to see you?
Hoping the next fight now, end of August, September time, hopefully, and you know, just keep fighting and staying busy. Hopefully, maybe 3 more fights before the end of the year. I'll see what Mick has planned for me, and it's big stuff now coming up this year and next year. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to the big fights and just getting up there. You know, and 10 rounders and 12 rounders. I'm an extremely fit fighter, and when the longer the rounds, the better I'll be. You know, I'm as good in the first as I am in the last. Even in a 12 rounder, I'm doing 10, 12 rounds at the moment, and I'll be ready.
Now, I just want to ask, it's a little bit away from boxing, but I saw you post a picture of you horse riding. So I just want to ask about you getting into horse riding. Is it something you've always done, something you've just taken up?
Yeah, I've always did horse riding. We use it as an active recovery. So on a Sunday, me and my brother, my dad, and my other brother Gary, we'd usually go horse riding. So it's something that I picked up, and it's good, you know, for active recovery and, you know, relaxing and at the weekend. So we enjoy it. So we do.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm handy enough.
Too big to be a jockey, though. Too big.
Too big. A couple of years ago, I would have been all right when I was a bit smaller, but now I'm a bit big. But I enjoy it, so I do. It's good, you know, at the weekend when I'm done my boxing training and relaxing. So it's good active recovery.
Do you have to be careful when you're doing things like that and other things outside of boxing? Do you have to be a bit careful? Because obviously you don't want to get an injury, and I guess horse riding is a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, you have to be careful no matter what you do. Just especially in horse riding, an injury could happen easily. But I'm not feared of anything, so I just, you know, do anything and enjoy it.
Well, Stevie, before we finish, just a last word from, obviously we're hoping to see you out end of August, September. So what can we, you know, look forward to? We've seen some exciting performances. We always get exciting performances from you, but just from you, what can we expect from these next few fights?
Yeah, I look forward to many more big fights from me. I haven't seen the half of it yet. I'm 8-0 with 8 knockouts, and I want to keep knocking these guys out every time I step into the ring. I'm going to be going for the KO, and if I don't get them, you know, early on, I'll eventually get them, because I can't stand my power and, you know, my fitness. I'm an extremely fit fighter, and I'm going to be putting on exciting shows.
Well, looking forward to that. Stevie, thank you for talking to me, and looking forward to you getting back in the ring soon.
Thanks, Alec. Great talking to you.
Thank you.